The Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, has frozen some accounts of embattled Chief Executive Officer of gold dealership firm NAM1’s Gold, Nana-Pia-Mensah, popularly known as NAM1.
City news sources at the EOCO say accounts belonging to NAM1’s Gold and other related businesses owned by Nana-Pia-Mensah, who has an arrest warrant on his head, are also being fished out to be frozen.
EOCO in the coming days will be applying for a court order to freeze all landed properties belonging to the CEO and his firms, and has thus directed all of its regional directors to look out for such assets in the various regions where NAM1’s Gold and its related businesses operate.
Let's get to the Supreme Court, and that court has dismissed a suit by former Vice Chancellor of the University of Education, Winneba, Professor Mauto Avoke, in a controversial case in which he was seeking an order to compel the university to reinstate him. Professor Avoke went back to the Apex Court to seek an order for reinstatement because the Governing Council of the University of Education of Winneba did not allow him to take his former position.
Now, a Winneba High Court had earlier found Avoke and the former Director of Finance of the university, Dr. Senyo Akoli, guilty of procurement irregularities leading to their removal from office, a ruling which was subsequently overturned by the Supreme Court.
Let's get to some other stories. And the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, PURC, is set to announce new tariffs. According to the chairman of the PURC's Technical Subcommittee, Ishmael Ejekumhene, the major tariff review to be implemented by the utility service providers will be in time for it to take effect in February. But how prepared are consumers and businesses for the review in the event of an increase in prices? There's more in the following report.
At a public hearing to discuss the new tariff review, Gridco asked for a 95% increment in its charges, while the Northern Electricity Distribution Company, NEDCO, requested almost a 40% hike in distribution charges. PURC, however, ensured that tariff sets will be fair to consumers. The AGI Business Barometer reports have over the years indicated that the high cost of electricity remains the #1 challenge of businesses. I spoke to some tailors and a hairdresser on how a possible increase in tariffs will affect their business operations.
I think for the ECG matter, I don't know, but it is really affecting us, and being going to be increased, no, I don't think it will help some of us. I think here I spend around, in a week, no, let's say somewhere around 500 cedis. Yeah. It will affect my income. It will affect, and it will reduce certain things of mine, and which is going to affect us very, very, very. I don't know, but also what I would say is, if they increase the electricity, I think our source of income is going to be low, and we can't buy certain things. And for me, I'm paying fees, and it is going to affect me very well.
I think the price should remain the same. But when the price increase, it will affect my business. I think the price will be the same.
Right now to some good news. And life is returning to the river Ankobra as communities within its catchment area are now able to use water from the once polluted water body. River Ankobra was one of the worst affected water bodies in the country at the height of illegal mining activities. A one-year ban on Galamsey activities seems to have made an impact in a return to life of the famous river. City News' Akwese J. Enim has visited the area and reports.
Until the emergence of illegal artisanal mining, the river Ankobra was a major source of clean water for residents in many communities along the river. However, prior to the ban on Galamsey in 2017, this was the polluted state of river Ankobra, but with the ban on Galamsey, coupled with the introduction of the Operation Vanguard, this is the current state of river Ankobra. Emmanuel Aisi and Joseph Ndede are residents of Ankobra community who for years have been denied of clean water from river Ankobra due to pollution, but are now happy the river is recovering after the ban.
River now is very clean. Formerly it's too dirty in terms of people working at the top. Now they stop working at the top, so the water make clean.
Ankobra Ankobra na fine say ukompa munyenam na nsensumpo etumi se bi ben this Ankobra na fine.
Now back to the capital, the Ga Traditional Council wants President Akufo-Addo to commission an inquiry into circumstances that has led to the long absence of a Ga Manche. The Traditional Council says the delay in installing a Manche is causing apprehension in Accra. The Traditional Council made this demand when they called on the President at the Jubilee House today.
The delegation, which was led by the acting president of the Ga Traditional Council, Ni Dodo Insaki II, was at the Jubilee House to plead with President Akufo-Addo to help the Ga state get a king 14 years after the death of Ni Amugi II in 2005. Spokesperson for the council, Ni Otu Blafo, says the non-existence of a Ga Manche is making the administration of the Ga state difficult. He says a commission of inquiry into who is the legitimate Ga Manche will help put to rest the numerous clashes associated with the installment of a Ga Manche.
I must say on behalf of the council that the Ga state is threatened because for 13 years, this is the 14th year since the death of Boni Ni Amugi II, we have no substantive Ga Manche. Your Excellency, we would not bore you with the problems of the Ga state pertaining to the Ga Manche, but we believe that notwithstanding all the skirmishes going up and down, there is a way out for which we humbly pray that under the powers conferred on the President of the Republic of Ghana under Article 278, Your Excellency has the power in such a threatening situation which seeks to disturb the stability of the state to commission an inquiry.
President Akufo-Addo on his part says he will consult extensively on the matter before making the next move.
It may be that that is a good thing, but the Commission of Inquiry will not have the power to declare royalty in the way in which the Judicial Committee can. So that's what the law says, that any dispute about royalty, about right to the stool, is dealt with by the Judicial Committee. So this plea that you have made is something that myself and my legal advisors will have to sit down and look at, because I understand what is behind it, that you want a situation whereby there's closure to this matter, so that long after we have left here, there's a document that has been agreed upon which tells you how and who are eligible to occupy the Ga state.